Things are only light when it's in opposition to darkness. Things are only funny when it's in opposition to tragedy and drama. Yasmina Reza has figured out how to write about the bourgeoisie. She's a master at making people say outrageous things. It's a play that's going to live or die in the actors.
From my character's point of view, I would say that I am the only sane person in this group of people who can actually accomplish anything.
I answered the phone like 16 times during the course of the play, enough to drive anyone insane.
She cares very intently about the world. She's very empathic. She feels other people's pain.
There was an episode the day before the play takes place where he got so fed up with his hamster that he thought he had a reason to get rid of it, to let it go. So he sets it free, which of course did not go over very well with the daughter and the wife.
They have to each know who they're setting up, what they're knocking down, whose turn it is next.
Annette is very put together, well organized, very tightly wound, like a powder keg.
Alan is a high-powered corporate attorney. He doesn't really have time for this, as he perceives it, this inconsequential little fracas. He's not really the nicest person you've ever met.
Veronica really truly believes there's a possibility for improvement and to always look for the higher road. This isn't necessarily to say that this is truly where she comes from. This is where she wishes that she comes from.
Michael, in this particular case, is trying to avoid conflict and be on his best behavior. Normally, I don't think he does that at all. I think he's perfectly comfortable with conflict. He's in one of those precarious positions in a relationship. You did something that you know is wrong, and you're sort of in the doghouse. So you sort of have to be on your best behavior even when you don't feel like it. My character is deathly afraid of any rodent, hamster, mouse, the tiniest. And all you have to do is mention it. Say the word rodent. Say rat, hamster. And it's
A comedy of manners, in a sense, of affluent and extremely affluent people who quickly devolve into beasts.
The character's point of view and what is actually happening are two very different things.
My son has hit their son in the face with a stick and broken two of his teeth.
The play begins with the parents getting together and trying to decide what to do about this altercation.
But that's not really what the play is about at all.
four people who all had a really bad day or on the verge of a meltdown.
It's what's happening underneath the lines.
That stuff that sort of bubbles underneath.
The marriage Armageddon in all the forms that it takes.
This is a play in which those conversations that we have behind closed doors that we don't really show to the rest of the world, especially as couples, you see it.
We believe that we have achieved a new level of civilization. All those people who went before us in history were more savage than we are. The veneer of civilization is actually very, very thin. Paper thin.
I finally destroy Alan's cell phone. That's, I think, right now my favorite part.
The laughter comes from a painful place of identification.
There's another challenge with it is watching it, not just cracking up.
What's nice about a play like this is there'll probably be numerous favorite moments by the time we're all done.
I would hope that audience members who see themselves in the play, I hope that they will be able to take the journey with the actors and see how step by step the civilized, sophisticated person can become a caveman.